Welcome to this Windows and Computer channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Wednesday, September the 5th, 2018. And today, in our Tech News Update, we have Outlook for Windows, which is part of the Microsoft Office products, and Outlook.com on the web is having a redesign, and of course has some new updates and features available. Apparently it's rolling out right now. Some of you might not have it yet, but a lot of people do. A little toggle switch to let you in and out of the new features. And of course, simplified ribbon is one of them. Less options to make it a little less of a hassle to try to go through all the options. The folder pane is also redesigned to make it easier to go through different folders. And a lot more. So I'll be checking that out. And of course, probably doing a video about it sometime this week. We are getting closer and closer to the release of iOS 12 for iPhones and iPads. Well, a new number for Apple is that iOS 11 is now on 85% of Apple devices as they release the numbers, showing how Apple has a great way of updating its devices compared to, of course, Android, for example. But this is going to be interesting to see. And lately many people have been kind of ranting at Apple with the latest updates because they kind of break things, which is kind of showing us that even in the Apple world things aren't always perfect. Google Chrome is now at version 69. A update was released yesterday, September 4th, with the new material design look, which is kind of the surprise that Google wanted to give us. And the look, feel, new rounded edges, and more. And of course, I'll be reviewing it today, so if you want to know what's in there, I'll check out my video. Steam has released numbers, and it's very interesting. It seems that the numbers for the Windows operating system users is showing that Steam now has Windows 10 as 60% of all users. Yep. And basically it's a huge increase from July, up 6.2%. It seems that Windows 10 now is 60% of all Steam game players. And the Windows 7 takes a pretty big fall, at 7% fall at 29.17% of game players. So Windows 10 really dominating. A report shows that basically new net neutrality, or the debt of net neutrality actually in the US has actually meant that US carriers have been throttling Netflix and YouTube more than ever. Now this is something we know and we have known for a while, that the mobile side of carriers always throttle the video playing, because it takes a lot of data, and some of them even actually force the videos to play at only 480p. Well, it seems that now it's worse since net neutrality is gone, and that if you kind of see that videos are buffering on your mobile device, yeah, they are doing it. A interesting report out of the UK, but it's the same problem everywhere, shows that Amazon and eBay are a haven for Chinese retailers. Why? Because technically there should be a tax paid on sold items, but the thing is, Chinese retailers do not pay taxes for the things they sell. But in China, in Europe, in North America, everywhere is the same problem. It's creating a big problem because, first of all, they probably should pay those taxes, those sales tax that we have, but mostly it's unfair competition because the brick and mortar stores, they are forced to pay those taxes, which makes the price of items a little more expensive. So this needs to be tackled for sure. Talking of Amazon, it's the second company to have reached $1 trillion in value. It briefly reached $1 trillion yesterday before just passing under the $1 trillion again, but that means it's the second after, of course, Apple. Who will be next? Microsoft? Alphabet? Who knows? Azure cloud services have been hit through the day yesterday, and it's still not fixed, with either slow performance or even some impossibility to use its services. It seems that, according to Mary Jo Foley, there was a lightning strike near the San Antonio data center, and it actually seems to have shut down the whole data center, creating an overload in the rest of data centers across the United States, which meant that the services weren't really working well. Now, Microsoft says they have done some mitigation to try to make it better, but there's still reports as of this news bulletin today, September 5th, that there's some sluggishness and some problems with the Azure cloud services. Well, Google is 20 years old. On September 4th, 1998, a new website appeared, and it was called Google. And of course, at the time, the search giant was Yahoo. Everybody was on Yahoo at the time. It quickly became the most popular search engine, and of course, because of its algorithm, because for the first time, not only your search was more precise, but it also included local searches where you lived, where Yahoo was more of a whatever appears with your search results. So now it is a giant, and of course, what's next for Google? I think we're going to talk about Google a little bit today, have a little history of the company, and I think that could be interesting for some of you. Skype can now be used to record calls. Yep, except on Windows. On Windows 10, apparently there needs to be a third-party app installed. But for most devices, including mobile devices, you can now record the Skype calls that you're getting. But you got to be careful because there are wiretapping rules. And if you actually record a call in a lot of states and a lot of countries, you got to tell the other person you're recording the call, or else you might be liable for some lawsuits. So just be careful with what you do, but it's possible to do it now. And finally, if you're on the insider previews for Windows 10 and you got some problems, of course, the ISO, or the image for build 17744, was released to the slow ring and last week, but now the ISO is available, so you're going to be a little closer to what we have now, which is 17751, and 17744, of course, is now in the images that you can download. And this was the Tech News Update for Wednesday, September the 5th, 2018. You enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.